Hey guys, happy Friday to all. I hope you are all enjoying your Friday so far. I This whole Isa going to college thing has me really sentimental. Actually, I think I'm a mess. I'm really a mess. Um, but it really is making me think of, I always talk about Isa being my introduction to motherhood, and it's really making me think of how far I have come and what I've gone through to get to this point, to now be looking at my 17-year-old. Um, and I kind of wanted to send out a reminder to mommies. Um, this whole motherhood thing is so exciting and overwhelming all at once. I want you to be aware of the little things that can kind of make you feel uncomfortable. Um, Once you become a mother, what I experienced with Isa was that I had to grow in areas that I didn't necessarily want to grow in. you know, um, I had always been very quiet and reserved. I wasn't the type of being in a crowd, loud, and that just was never me. My literally head was always in a book, and I kept to myself because of the experience I had had. Um, I had my walls very high. I guarded my heart very well. I didn't have a lot of trust and faith in people doing me right. Um, so I kept to myself and I was quiet most of the time. Once I had Isa, I wanted to keep her all to myself. At first, I didn't want to share her with anyone. I wanted like to keep my baby girl to myself. Um, but then I just started feeling something, and it was a desire to see her be loved. And although I felt up to that point that I didn't need to have anyone, that I didn't want to take a chance with opening up to people or loving people and them doing me wrong, what replaced that fear was the desire to see her be loved. Um, and I kept thinking, "Oh, she's so wonderful, God. She's so amazing. She deserves to have people just loving up on her and being able to be in her presence and and just get to know her and love her." And then God just really had to sit down with me, and he was like, "How are they going to do that when you don't allow people to get close to you? How are they going to be able to feel good about, loving Isalise? And how are they going to do that when they can't get past you, when you're so guarded, when your walls are so high?" And that's when I changed. That's exactly the moment that I changed. That's why when I talk about Isa, I'm like, she saved me, she changed me. She did both. And at that moment, it became more important for her to have people around her that loved her, even though I was like, oh, I'll be her all. I'll be her all. Her uncle, her dad, her mother, her grandma. I'll be everything. This child is not gonna go without any type of love. But again, she deserved everyone to love her. Anyone who wanted to love her, she deserved that. And I didn't want to, my attitude or the way I felt about people and my distrust, I didn't want that to hold that back. Um, and that was it for me. That was the moment that I was like, okay, I can do this. I could get to know people. I could let people in. I could watch them love her. Um, and that was one of the first things that I noticed in motherhood, to be honest with you. So I want you to be aware of those little things that maybe make you feel uncomfortable, but I'm telling you, they are just going to change you. They're going to change your life. There is nothing that fills my heart more than seeing my babies be loved. Um, they deserve that. Other people deserve to see who they are and how they are, and they deserve to be loved. So, yep. So that was one of the main things for me, and I definitely want you to keep that in mind because, again, it wasn't something that made me feel comfortable at all. I was like, I could stay the way I am. Being the way I am is fine. But I changed. I completely changed my heart for her and my way of being. So definitely be open to that, mommies. I hope you all continue to enjoy your Friday and that you all have a good weekend.